Why is it that the moment you decide to change your life, self-doubt gets louder? You decide to move, to change your career, to start that business you always wanted, to start that creative project you always wanted, to leave the relationship, to enter marriage, to heal. And you suddenly overthink, procrastinate, question or doubt yourself, or even stay frozen. Why is it that it happens always when you start to make a change, a big change in your life? Most women especially assume when that happens that they might have made the wrong choice, that they are doing something wrong, that this is a mistake. When in reality, this is because a specific part of you is getting activated, and that part is getting activated every time you're in this threshold of leaving behind the old version of yourself and becoming, or rather re-becoming, someone you always wanted to be in this phase of your life. And the thing is, if you don't understand what is going on psychologically and energetically, you may abandon the very life you are meant to build. In this video, I'm going to show you why self-sabotage shows up during every single life transition. What is exactly the self-activated archetype? What is the sacred in between? Because if you're watching this video, you are already in it, and how your self-activated archetype is protecting you right now. So you move forward during this uncertainty without fighting yourself, but with trusting yourself. If you're new here, hi, my name is Chrisana. I'm a psychological life coach. Welcome. Here we speak all about inner work, inner healing, and inner development. And if you've been here before, hi, welcome back. And let's get into the video. So this is why self-sabotage shows up during big life transitions. When you're moving into the next chapter of your life, when you're moving to a new country, leaving a relationship, you're becoming a mother, you're healing wounds, when you're reinventing yourself, changing that career, you're starting your business, whatever it is. This is not just a life change. This is changing your identity to its core. Every single life transition to its core is an identity shift. One version of you is ending and another one is emerging. And right now is like you don't feel like you're walking on a steady ground. It might feel like you are building brick by brick a new bridge as you are walking on it. So the foundation beneath you is really shaky right now. And in between those two versions of yourself, your old identity has dissolved, but the new one hasn't formed yet. This is what I call the sacred in between. This is because this phase can feel foggy, lonely, disorienting, confusing. You might feel like you are lost right now, unstable and deeply uncomfortable. But this doesn't mean you are making a mistake. This just means you are doing it right. This is actually a sign that you are leveling up. It just means that your system is adapting to the new life. Your system might also be registering the new life as unknown, and when it registers it as unknown, it also registers it as a threat. Your nervous system has this protective mechanism embedded in it, so it can keep you safe, essentially. And yes, that applies even to positive changes. Even if you deeply desired that new life, that new self, your nervous system prioritizes familiarity to unknown and possibilities. So that's why it activates a specific version of yourself to protect you and to keep you safe. And that part of yourself I call the self-activated archetype. So the self-activated archetype, it might show up in different ways. It might show up as perfectionism, as overplanning, hyper-independence, people-pleasing, procrastination, anxiety, emotional shutdown, and so much more. Those seem like they are separate problems. Those seem like they have their own individual mechanisms, and they can have, that's why we have 4 activated self-archetypes, but all of them, they have one common goal, and that is to protect you and keep you safe. Those are protective responses designed to pull you back to the old life, to what feels familiar to it. It's like your nervous system is saying, oh, I'm not sure what's ahead of me, so I better activate this part of yourself to keep you safe right now, because that might be a threat. That new thing, that new career, that new relationship might be a threat. So Let me keep you safe. Let me keep you safe by shutting down, by people pleasing, by activating perfectionism. Let me keep you safe because this is my job, literally, to keep you safe and protect you. So our nervous system, along with our subconscious mind, they have one job: to keep us safe and protect us. And that is wisdom. Even if it seems like it's not, like it's keeping you stuck, it is wisdom. So this part of yourself is not trying to ruin your life, it's trying to keep you safe. Yes, the only way it knows, but it is trying to keep you safe. This is wisdom embedded. You can think of your nervous system along with your subconscious mind as your phone's software. It hasn't updated yet, but you can click on it and update it if you want to move to the next level and to the next chapter of your life. And this is what happens when your old operating system still runs the show. It's just that you haven't updated it yet. So right now you're trying to enter the new life without having updated this old software. And the only thing that you need to do is just click on it and update it. But maybe you haven't have enough storage yet. So in order to update your software, you need to firstly recognize and acknowledge your self-activated archetype. Because if you don't recognize it, it can take over your life, your decisions, your choices, your everything. You may mistake fear for intuition, which a lot of women do. I used to do that. You may turn down meaningful opportunities. You may even end important relationships. You may repeat the same emotional cycles and patterns. You may stay stuck in overthinking for years and even lose trust within yourself. This is when your self-activated archetype turns into self-sabotage. Instead of being the supporter and helper of you, instead of showing you the gifts and leading from that space, it leads with self-sabotage. And again, it doesn't do that to harm you. It might seem like that. It can definitely lead to harm, but it does that to protect you, to keep you safe. And over time, when you stay stuck in those self-sabotaging cycles, your self-esteem shrinks. You lose trust within yourself. You lose confidence. Because every time you reinforce all of those patterns by abandoning or shrinking yourself, you are essentially reinforcing the belief that I cannot trust myself during uncertainty. I cannot trust myself to follow through. So I must be not trustworthy. And slowly and steadily, you develop this self-image, this negative self-image. That's why it can turn into something harmful. But again, the intention was to protect you. I experienced this when I moved to London alone for my master's degree. On the outside, it looked like a dream come true. I always wanted to move abroad for my master's, to pursue my career in psychology. Everything looked great on the outside. I have been accepted to the program. I was moving abroad. I was starting this new chapter of my life. But internally, I was in override. I was over-planning, over-organizing, staying in this overthinking state, trying to control every single detail. A few weeks before the move, when I was sending important documents, the last important documents and all of that kind of stuff, mind you, I am a type A. I am the first daughter. I was extremely type A at that point. I'm not anymore so much type A and perfectionist, maybe in specific areas of my life. But anyway, I was really, really type A. And for the first time in my entire life, I lost my ID. The exact moment that I needed it the most, I lost it. This is when my self-activated archetype took over. It took over to protect me because it felt like I was in override, so it didn't want me to continue this way. It wanted to disrupt me by keeping me safe. I was so overwhelmed that I wasn't processing anything emotionally. I wasn't grieving the apartment, my cat, living with my cat, my friends, the city. I wasn't grieving anything. I was saying goodbye on the outside, but not on the inside. And when I arrived in London, this is when another part of my self-activated archetype took over again. I felt numb. Yes, I might felt excited for around 3 months max. And then I felt numb. I was heavy, disconnected. Like I couldn't move, like I couldn't do a lot of things. Of course, my depression started crippling in because I experienced depression and a lot of trauma in my life. So that was coming to the surface again because I wasn't processing things. So this is another tip, like during every single life transition, your old core wounds, they're gonna get activated again. Not to pull you back, but so you can heal them. This is what I believe, at least. I believe they get activated so we can heal them. So we can heal those wounds and move forward. So it wasn't easy for me because I didn't have the tools at that point. I didn't have any inner resources, that I didn't know that this is just what is going on. I didn't know that this is normal during big life transitions, that this is the sacred in between, that this is my self-activated archetype, that my depression and my traumas, they're gonna resurface when I go through a huge up level into my life. But I say all of this to say is that this is not just a life transition. It might seem like external things are just happening, but internally everything is being reorganized right now. And so the goal is to not shut down your self-activated archetype. It's not to fight it, but to work with it, to meet it with compassion, and then understand, what is it protecting? What is it protecting you from? Because I guarantee there is something, a wound, a fear, something underneath that protection mechanism that needs healing, that needs your attention, that needs your focus, that needs your tending right now. So if you don't know your self-activated archetype, I created a free quiz, so feel free to take it and come back and let me know, what is your self-activated archetype? What is the sacred in between you're going through right now? I would love to know. I respond to all of the comments, so yeah, let me know. We have 4, by the way. It's the warrior woman, the wandering spirit, the daydreaming queen, and the good girl. So yeah, all of them, they have their own specific protective mechanisms, their own specific gifts, and you'll understand more which self-activated archetype is leading your life right now, how she protects you, what are her unique gifts, because every single one of those archetypes, they have their own unique gifts too, and how to work with it with more awareness. So after taking this quiz, what I want you to do is start noticing, start acknowledging her during your day-to-day life. And when she appears, maybe when you are overworking, maybe you are people-pleasing, and you catch yourself doing that, I want you to stop and pause. And instead of keep doing that, we want to interrupt her just for a bit. If you want to, you can go back to that later, but if you don't, we're gonna interrupt entirely this pattern. But let's see what happens. Let's treat it as an experiment. So you're gonna stop her from overworking, people pleasing, anything that she's doing right now. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna close your eyes, put one hand on your heart, and say to her, I see you. I am here with you. I can see you're trying to protect me and you're keeping me safe. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for keeping me safe for so many years. I see you. Self-activated archetype. I am here with you. And just stay with her just for a few seconds, just for a few moments. See what comes up. See how she answers. See if she has any message for you. Ask her what she needs right now. Maybe she needs something specific. Maybe she doesn't need to keep overworking or people pleasing, or maybe she needs just a break from anything and everything. And just like that, you can then open your eyes and yeah, if you did this exercise, let me know what happened. What insights did you have? And when you do that, you're not just updating your software, you are actually shifting from self-judgment to self-leadership. You are shifting to self-compassionate leadership. When that happens, you stop fighting yourself. You start merging those parts within yourself and you start becoming more whole within yourself. You start trusting yourself more. You start having more confidence within yourself. You start creating safety from within, and that is what allows real change to happen. And when you understand the sacred in between along with the self-activated archetype, you are turning uncertainty into your biggest asset because you are learning to be okay with the uncertainty. You are learning to be okay by not being in control of things. You're learning to trust yourself during the uncomfortable space of the sacred in between, which most people will never do in their entire lives, because as humans, we are hardwired to desire control and certainty. And that is not easy to do. It takes guts. So I applaud you. And when you are updating your software in this way, you are actually up-leveling not just your life, but your whole consciousness. You stop reacting from fear, you start responding from your deepest, most true, authentic self. This is not just an update. This is a whole new next level software. And that is not easy to do. It is simple, but it takes guts. So if you want to take this inner work into the next level, and if self-sabotage has been keeping you stuck in self-doubt, overthinking, procrastination, or anything else, I created something specifically for you. It's called the Self-Sabotage Rewiring Hypnosis Toolkit. This is an audio along with other rewiring practices that help you to lead from yourself, not to fight self-sabotage, but resolve it and rewire it in order to protect you in a way that aligns with the new self and with the new chapter of your life. So instead of fighting yourself, you're gonna start rewiring the deepest patterns that keep pulling you back into fear. You're gonna start trusting yourself more. You're gonna reduce anxiety and overthinking. So this is gonna help you rewire the subconscious patterns that are keeping you stuck right now. It's gonna help you access a calm, confident, empowered state. It's gonna help you move past your self-doubts, your fears, and you're gonna move through with your actions, with your self-led actions. So that's gonna help you to build self-trust, reduce overthinking, procrastination, or any other behavior that's keeping you stuck. It's gonna help you to lead from your true authentic self and take action from that place instead of being stuck in self-doubt or fear. Overall, it's gonna help you to feel safer within this change and move forward with more confidence. So I intentionally made it very affordable so women can access this kind of work. It's only 16 euros. I'm currently rebranding Metamorphosis and my other offers, so I'm not sure if this product is gonna stay as a standalone in the future, so feel free to grab it right now. So if this resonates with you, I will leave it down below for you. Feel free to grab it while it's still available. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can contact me too. If you're going through a big life transition right now and you are seeing all those patterns emerge and everything seems overwhelming, I want you to know that there is a way. There is a way to move through this. You are not alone and you have everything you need inside of yourself. You are capable of finding the resources and you got this. I'm rooting for you. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week. Bye.